Well, there is a reason why we are in my thumbnails of my videos. It is because I am here to tell you about the entire lore of Triassic Hall. Well, Triassic Hall is a game where you are stuck in a dinosaur museum and you need to get out, and the dinosaur robots slowly turn into living creatures which hunt you down, and you have to escape them without dying. And in the edit I made not so long ago, it showed more images like the gameplay, the lore, whatever this Herrerasaurus is doing here, whatever this big guy is, a glowing Utah raptor, probably from the heavens, a foggy image of the main T-Rex staring into the camera, looking creepy as heck, and some man in a suit stuff of what they thought was how it was supposed to be, like a man in the giant T-Rex, but how it was actually was a deformed person in there controlling the behemoth like it was its body. And then we see in the afterlife 3 children, and the next image shows what they have become. One being the Herrerasaurus, the second being the main T-Rex, the main protagonist, and then this. You heard nothing. And this is this. Let's do this with picture frames. Well, there was a child, one Pacific child, named, you can say, William. There's no connection or like consequences over here. No coincidence his name is William. Well, William got eaten by the malfunction of the main T-Rex, which caused his death. So yeah, we now know how he died, and that also shows why this is William. And he's the main T-Rex, so who are the others? We have William and 2 other people with pretty normal names. One guy who is William's best friend, his name was Harry, and his arch nemesis, this guy who had extremely long arms and was absolutely hated, his name was Carno. Nobody knows why his name was Carno. This question from his name will be answered later. Well, William, your friends also died. It was from the same. One getting killed by a Herrerasaurus attack, which explains the second image in my edit, which is this, which was the last thing William ever saw. And then we don't know how Carno died. You might think it's the third image, but no, he actually died because he went to the employee's room, he found some metal, he found something which looked like candy. It was actually cleaning supplies. He ate that and he died. The employees did not know what to do because he ate cleaning material, so they hide him in the Carnotaurus's, which isn't finished, his uncompleted body, which we now know why was moving so cranklily. These are wires, okay, not puke. He was in there. He was in there rotting. He did not know what to do. He was crying. He was sad. He was screaming. He did anything to find anyone to be found, to find him. So, we now know how he got to the afterlife. They both three went into the afterlife, being seen as ghosts or souls. Don't tell me why I draw souls like this. It's just for entertainment purposes. Reasons. And then, to the next board, we now find out that their souls went into the animatronics, like the T-Rex, which killed William, the Herrerasaurus, which killed Harry. But when Carno was in the unfinished Carnotaurus, it was like a chicken. He was still dead. He did not know what to do until something happened. He then took over the entire body of the thing, turning him into something else. All the others turned into what they actually were, a T-Rex and a Herrerasaurus, but this guy, he turned into a long-jawed creature, a very long-jawed creature with disgusting green teeth, a very long like head, armor on his head, bulging tiny eyeballs and gigantic sockets, horns, of course, and some fish gills, because why not? He was an absolute abomination. And with all this mixed up, he had a gigantic body with like absolutely massive arms, which made him absolutely ridiculously overpowered, which turned him into this absolute unit, and you can even see his facial impressions still connected. He was still humanoid, still rotting in there. And if you see on his body, you will find out that he has been consuming souls of the robots that everyone else tried to do the same that he copied, but always failed. But not the T-Rex and the Herrerasaurus. They were both alive. Back to the drawing board. This is you. This is you, and you had the mission to explore what on earth is going on here. This place is suspiciously found on Israel, because Israel is a garbage country who has a poop on their head. And this incident got so high and popular, it almost had reached infinity. With all these views, you wanted to go in there with your phone to record everything and get views to be crowned king of YouTube. That was a great deal. You were ready. And you had some backup, a gun. But this gun was absolutely useless because you did not know that the robots were alive and they were made out of metal. So, you tried to wildly coyote out of this absolute black hole of iron and teeth. As you continue going through all of the places like the Triassic, the Jurassic, and the Anime Aquarium, the Activity Center, and the Cretaceous period, there was one more period in the Jurassic period, and it was right at the end, right there. That's where Carnivore was first found. Just a rotting carcass of a Carnotaurus. There no one will ever find. Until now, it has been growing. It's bigger than absolutely ever. Scarier than ever. Just don't tell me about my drawing skills, okay? I was better over there. All of this was under the public as a myth. Yes? And you were over there to bust the myth. And this myth also had a risk. Right? That. A risk. Which is so ridiculously, risky that you might actually just end your life. Ended. But after all this tries and do's and de's, you found I was correct. There was a gigantic robot monster who wanted to eat your flesh. But why? Why did they want revenge? It was because no one found them. And because the Freddy Krueger kind of thing. Well, this got them blooming. This means that they got more popular and more people started to go there. It was getting popular on the place again, even more than it was on social media. And guess what? In the process, 300 people died because we are absolute idiots and we don't know how to take care of ourselves, and social media is the only thing we care about, and that would got us to extinction because we are absolute idiots. Yeah! Even though this is just FNAF, but with dinosaurs. And all because of a kid dying caused a massive laser to appear, ending the franchise. And also itself because of copyright strike. Everything of itself. So, you might actually be questioning, how is this actually kicking around? How is Triassic kicking around? It is because me, exist. And I am literally the fuel oxygen for this game. And if I quit my YouTube, Escape Triassic will then die. So if my tablet runs out of storage, I die, and the same with this. Only my channel dies, not me. So typically, that would mean I am not dead. So, why isn't Triassic Hole still not kicking around? It is because of this one thing, which isn't the piece of the lore, but it's called roasts. And I just went out of theme, so let's continue the theories. And then we have this, a sign saying, 2 pages saying, "Help us in blood." Made of blood, but why made of blood? This is because this was written by the ones who were on the social media, trying to, get popular onto going to Triassic Hall. It failed, and they tried to spell out "help us," but the last word was destroyed. By what? By the dinosaur, because they did not want the message of saying that "Help us, these beasts are not what they seem. Something else is controlling them. Something large." Then we see this image about the T-Rex, the main protagonist of this entire game. And a house drawn by me. Don't tell me about my drawing skills. And then another one about a person and some teeth. And then blood. More blood. But why more blood? This is saying an incident about not the main T-Rex, but the Giganotosaurus, which came into a neighbor ground and killed someone, only one person, just to continue it. And this was the last thing the one like who got killed by the main T-Rex ever saw. Well, if this is the last thing they ever saw, why don't we just see just a random person here just kicking around? Because there isn't. This is just a whatever, you can say it. But if you look a bit closer, it is showing something. Something with a like a Dorito for a head and eyes on both sides, but far to be both sides. Something like this. Have you seen it yet? Something shaped like a Dorito. Dorito shaped. Do you know something else with a mouth kind of shaped like that? Ahem, 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 ahem. This is where we go all the way back to this guy. He has been controlling them because he found the core of them, the engine. He then found a signal that he echoed across the land, only like in the museum, and they helped him make what? A giant basement underground, the entire museum, which was longer than the Great Wall of China, where he roamed around. And if you look here, he is stitched up. Why is he stitched up? Because he got into many fights with someone. But who can be as strong as him? That's where we go back to him. He was the one. He was the strongest. He was the one who started it all. He was the one who made him angry. He was the one who did it. The main T-Rex, the same one who killed the child and got possessed. He was turning into something reckless. Reckless.